All right, I'd like to welcome you to our series of live instructional webinars designed to support the school annual online program. Our goals today will be to introduce participants to the functions of the program associated with beginning stage yearbook creation. Specifically, we will be reviewing to the program, familiarization with the welcome screen, page ladder, font selection, creating an image share account, transferring materials from a previous book to the current book, and leading into the next installment. The importance of sending us your portrait CDs provided to you by your photographer. This webinar will be approximately 30 minutes, so let's go ahead and get started. To log in, those of you that haven't logged in, or those of you that have waited till now to log in, to do so, the best thing to do is go to our main site, schoolannual.com. Here in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see log in. So we're just going to click on that. This is the site you're going to bookmark. I strongly suggest you bookmark this, as you'll be in this site for quite a while. Make sure the number says 2024 right here in uh, the first drop down. Next is your job number. That's that number that starts with a 7. Next is your username, along with the password. This is sent to you in an email by your advisor. Click here to say let's go. If you forget your password, all you have to do is click on forgot password, put your job number and username, click continue, and it will send you a link to that to reset your password. Once you log in, you will be taken to a screen like this. This is your home page right here. And on this home page, you're going to see your school name right here in the purple area. Next, you're going to see a countdown clock. This is the time you have till your book is done. Next, something new this year, your you may see right here your previous copies, number of copies of your yearbooks that were sold the previous year, current year. Next is your total pages. Here you're going to see the total number of pages right here. In this one, there's 60 total pages. This ring right here will just tell you different colors right below it. Red is not started. These are pages that have nothing on them. Nothing's been saved on them. Next is yellow in progress. These are pages that had something at one point saved on it or has things saved on it. Next is completed. These are pages that you have marked complete. They are finished. They are done. They are ready to be submitted, which is the next one. Anything in black has been submitted that has been turned into us to print. So anything you submit to us, you're saying that it is good to go and is ready to print as is. Next is upcoming events. Here you will see things that are coming up, such as like your covers due, some deposits, your portrait CDs, anything major that's due. Next are tasks. This is things that you need to start, like have someone like here, this staff member start pages 2 through 10. Next is organize current activity folder and assign to this person. Get class lists ready by this person. So these are just like small little minor tasks that need to be done by a certain date. And to edit any of these, we're going to click on them. And here you'll have a plus sign in the upper right hand corner of each one. So you can just click the plus sign, fill out the information, and then just hit add, and you'll see it right here in the right here for upcoming events. You'll just see it in upcoming events right here. Tasks, you'll see it in tasks. You'll also see a due date right here, who is it signed to, and as soon as it is completed, just check this little, click this little box right here. Here you will see a check mark, and the completed date will be right there. For some reason, it doesn't like to work for me. All right, so we're going to go back to the. Nope. All right. So tagged images, this just tells you how many images are currently in your image library. Right here, images, same thing. It'll just tell you how many images are total in your library. Uploaded by staff upload, these will tell you how many images that you, the staff member, have uploaded yourself. So next, we're going to go to the adding staff. So if you have staff members or other people that are going to help you work on this, just click on plan and then staff. Here you're going to see all the staff. You're going to see your advisor login in your default staff. And then you can add extra staff members simply by clicking on add staff up here in the upper right hand corner. And then just fill out this information. Fill out the first name, last name. Username could be anything you want. Commonly people use like first initial, last name, but it can be anything that you want. Password is 10 digits, with one of them being a capital letter and at least a number. So confirm it. Emails are optional. Then you have different roles. The advisor has control over everything. So everything you see during the webinar, the advisor has control over. For staff members or student helpers, it's strongly recommended that you give them staff role. This limits their access, this limits what they can do. It also limits the any mistakes or anything that may get deleted or shifted that shouldn't be. So that's why you would strongly recommend giving them a staff position. Once you're done with that, click on save. And then you will see a list of all your staff members right here underneath staff. For any reason you need to change their password or they forget their password, just click on edit. And then here you can enter their password again, click on save, and then they can just go back to logging in. Any reason a staff member steps away for any long period of time, what you can do is come over here where it says active. If you click that, it just marks them inactive. This way they can't log in, or no one else can like take their credentials and log in. Then when they're back, all you have to do is just click it again and they're active again. So next we're going to go to the page ladder. So we're going to click on plan and then page ladder. So this is our brand new page ladder, and also on our YouTube video we do have um, a video here about the new page ladder right here. So we go into extreme detail with our new page ladder in that video. So if you want to watch that. So quickly, let's talk about some of the things on this page ladder. One is the color key. The color key is now underneath each page, and it actually says in progress. If you hover over it, it'll actually tell you in progress in the last time something was saved on that page. Anything in red will say not started. Anything yellow, sorry, anything, there we go. Anything green will say completed, and anything in black will be submitted. So now for some of the things on the pages, such as your sections, are now your page sections. So to add a section or anything like that, so if you want this right here to be your page 2 to be staff, or say you want that to be admin, you can click on sections right here. In this add section, you can say You can type in admin, hit the plus sign, or just push the enter key on your keyboard, and you have admin right here. You'll notice it's a teal circle with a white zero that says zero. The zero represents the number of pages that the admin is used on. Currently, it's used on 0. So click and hold, bring it over to either page 2. If you bring it over to the middle, you're going to see both pages are lit up. So right now we're just page 2, but if you bring it over to the middle, then 2 and 3 are going to be both tagged as admin. So here on the page, we're just going to let go. Right up here above the page, you're going to see admin. You can also click on the down arrow, and you can also see like admin staff, and you can select it from the drop down as well. If for any reason you get rid of one of them, like, oh, we're not going to use staff, if you get rid, you'll get this little pop up that reminds you, hey, removing a tag deletes it off the page. Just you could push delete, and then it just takes that off any page that has staff on it. Next is topics, and that is the page description. So if you want to say this is admin photos, you can actually say, you can go administration or faculty admin right here, click the plus sign, and it adds that. You can click and hold, drag that over, and it will actually change that right there. So that way you can see what page that is. If you don't want to sit there and type, you can come over to Smart Topics. Here you will see different main folders, and underneath them, by clicking this little arrow, you can actually see subfolders. So if we want to come over here to the fall, well, actually, you know what? We're in the winter. So let's come over to winter here. And let's say we had a winter formal, a winter play, we have winter sports, and we had maybe a winter concert. So as we're clicking those, we come over here to my topics, and then here's our winter concert, formal, play, and sports. So now you can click and hold to put like winter sports, and you can drop it on one page, bring it to the middle to drop it on both pages. And then you will see that the number 2 is right there that tells you how many pages winter sports is currently on. And the importance of that, of the page count right there, is I know a lot of books will have set number of pages for each grade. They'll say like 5th grade only has 4 pages, or 3rd grade only has 2 pages. So this helps you keep track of the number of pages that are currently being used, and just help keep a better track of that. And okay, and to assign staff. So once you have your staff selected, you can assign staff to the pages. So here we can click and hold, and we can actually assign a staff member to this page or to both pages, and that's here in the bottom. If there's somebody else, like if you have an AM and PM group, you can take the other name and sign it right there, and you can assign just 2. If you try to assign a third one, you'll get a max. It says the max. You'll get a notice popping up saying, "Hey, the max has been reached. You can't add any more." To remove a staff member, just click on this little X next to their name, and then you can remove that staff member. All right, next we're going to look at filters. Filters are right here, and they can be used to say, let's say we want to look at all the pages. Let's see. We want to look at all the pages assigned to this person, or we want to look at all the pages assigned to this person right here and check their work. So you can actually filter to just the pages you want to look at, different staff members who said that maybe this page is complete or this page is done, or you just want to see what they've been working on. So you can actually filter it and see what pages they have. For any reason, if you come back to your page ladder, say you just go here and then you come back to your page ladder and you see this, like, wait a minute, where's the rest of my pages here? Simply just go up to filter, check the filter. If you see a yellow, little like a yellow filter right there, or a yellow funnel, click the down arrow. Usually you'll see staff. You can usually click that and click all, or just come down here to clear, and it'll just clear out all the filters, and then your page ladder is back. So now you have all your pages again. If you ever need a proof of a page, or let's say your principal wants to see the admin page. So you can click this little box right here. This is something new this year. And click this box here, come over to print, and then print selected. It's going to generate a PDF. And the PDF's here in this upper right hand corner. You can see it's generating. You'll see this little progress, this little bar right here swinging over, and it says PDF generated complete. Click on this little icon right here, and then a PDF will pop up in another tab. And then right here, you will be able to see your pages, and then you can print off your proof. So if you need to print these two off and maybe 10, 11, or in 14 and 15, you can click on those pages, go to your page selected, and then it will generate a PDF with just those pages. If you need the whole book, you can come over to select all. It'll select the whole thing and print selected, or you can click on print all, print page ladder, and then right here, it'll just print out the page ladder for you. Right. To view now, next, to view your covers, those of you that got custom covers or anything like that, if you come up to status and go cover, here's where your cover information is going to be. For any reason you need assistance and either we're not here or you want to read up on something, you can click on help and then help again. And this will take you to our help page. Here we have video tutorials, getting started, online features, troubleshooting. So we have some additional information right here that you can view at any time. So if you like any troubleshooting, like getting Google Drive to work, you click on here, and then here we have some helpful advice that you can read up on at any time. Okay, so next we're going to talk about transferring materials from last year's book to this year's book. So you can go back and log into your 2023 account, and it's very strongly recommended that you do that. Um, then go up to create image library. So we're going to go to our 23 book, go up to create image library. Now here in our book, we're going to look for things um, that we want to carry over to next year. So maybe we have a staff folder because we have a handful of staff members that just never take their picture or never take a new one. They like the one that they used 5 years ago, so just keep using that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on staff. We're going to come up here to this one with a little arrow pointing to the right, and it says 2024. And right underneath it, if you hover over it, it says toggle saving these images for the 2024 yearbook. So we're going to click on this, and then this folder will have an arrow pointing to the right, and that tells us that has been moved over to the current year. So then we're going to go back to the current year, go to create image library. Right here in our My 2023 images, this is where your folders are going to be. So anything that was moved over from last year to this year, this is where it's going to be. So to move any, wait, I don't think that, just a minute here. Sorry, I don't think anything got moved. So let me make sure things got moved here. Here we go. Move over that to the 24 book. Okay. So it's playing games with me. So you will have things, it will move it over. It's just right now mine's trying to have fun with me. So once you have your images moved over from last year to this year, what you will do is either under activity, create a folder, then come back over to my 2023, and then just click and hold, move that image over to whatever file that the image needs to be at, or into portraits if it's a teacher image or a student image or whatever it needs to be. Um, you can same thing, click and hold, and then move it over to the current folder and let go, and then that will be in the current folder right there, or your activity folder right there. And then, for any reason that you're unable to, you can always call in for assistance, and we can always help you move images over. Next, we're going to talk about fonts. So we're going to go to Plan and then Fonts. So here is our fonts section, and typically our fonts, you don't want to activate more than what you really are going to use. Usually a comfortable number is probably about anywhere from 5 to 8 fonts is really a comfortable number. Any more than that, it's going to take a while for this screen to load because it's trying to load up every single one of these fonts. To activate a font, um, one of the things you got to be careful with is once you hit activate, activated fonts will go into ABC order under activate. Inactivated fonts will fall down to inactive in ABC order. So if I would click the AYT Abyss right here, activate, okay, you will see that nothing's moved. These may have dropped down a little bit, but if you're somewhere down here and you click on something and you're just like, well, why didn't it activate? Well, it did activate because it's up here and under alphabetical order and activated. So when I inactivate this font, you will notice it's not there anymore. It's down here in alphabetical order. Now there is one font, this one right here. This font right here is the AYT Foundation Sans, and we tell everyone do not ever inactivate this font. The reason is next we're going to talk about styles. Your styles right here, or your text boxes, are built off of AYT Foundation. So these are all AYT Foundations, some of the ones right here. If you inactivate that font, all your styles go away too. And if you activate that font again, you have to come back here and redo your styles manually. So that's why we tell everybody to leave AYT Foundation Sans alone. Leave it activated so that way you have your text boxes right here on the pages, and we'll show you that here a bit. To add a style, or if you have a font that you want to use just for teachers' names, you can click on Add Style, give it a name, a category, select the font, select the default font size. This is how the font will look on the page. And then format abilities, so just normal. And just click on save. Oh, style name already exists. Oh, yeah, that's why. So once we save it, it will show us an example of that font right here. So we get an idea of what that style and size is going to look like. Okay, so next we're going to talk about image share. This is our replay it system. So we're going to click on plan and then replay it. So here's our replay it private photo submission. And the first thing it's going to ask is, do you want a website for parents or others to submit images? You can click that box. Once you do, these boxes will become available. It says enter a start date when the site begins or when the site's available. Here you're going to start with the current year. For us, it'd be 2024. So start with the current year, the month, and the day. And then you want to turn it off at the either for us right now, we would say 2024, maybe May 1st or May 7th, typically a couple of weeks before your book is due. That way you have a couple of weeks to look at the images and whether or not you're going to use them. As the advisor, you can pick which ones are used and which ones are not used. So once you have that, the number of max photos, 10,000, just leave that alone. I've never seen somebody get 10,000 photos and not move things out of it. So just leave that alone. Do you want to enable the site? Yes, we do. So we'll click that and hit save. Once we hit save, we will have some things pop up. First one is your user ID. That's what this one is right here. This big long number right here is your user ID. Next, you will have a link to the website, which is right here. Uh, if I click on it, it does funny things, so I'm not going to click on it. And then the replay it private photo submission flyer. And on the flyer, you can also put the code for the parents or guardians to use, whoever, as well as the last date for them to submit images. Then once they load or once they submit images, that actually goes to your image library in this folder right here called Inbox Replay It. So as the advisor, you get to pick and choose which folders get used or which images get used. And then you can always put them in the staff folder right here and have them take them out of the staff folder and put them into the correct folder, like fair day or cooking day or whatever. They can just say, oh, that one needs to go here, that one needs to go here, that one needs to come up here. So it's whatever. All right. So right below that is the portraits. So we'll get into that one right now. So if you already had your images, your portraits taken of your students and staff, if you want to, you can send this in to us and we could upload them for you. They will they will come in tagged, which is this green little mark next to each one of their names. That also includes having their names appear underneath. And when we go to flow, that's the next webinar we talk about. We go to flow, the image and the name flows with them. The reason why it's beneficial is because we have a system in place to um, take your images and the names on an index and load those directly into your system for you. All right, at this time, um, If you have any questions, you can either ask them in chat or you can go ahead and take yourself off of mute and ask them.
Hello. I have a question. I'm the advisor, and last year when we had maybe 4 or 5 staff members working on yearbook, we couldn't work on same pages at the same time. Like, say if we did it at home,
Yep,
would it
that's
be
very easy
advised
to.
just to have everybody log in as an advisor, like just use my login info? Because we don't
No,
really
have them
assign
use it
pages.
as
We're
a
small school.
staff. The easiest fix for
Just
that
use.
is to have both of them go up to view, and then here you'll see facing pages is checked. That's what we have right here is facing pages. If they check this one single
Mhm.
page, then it's just a single page by themselves. So one person can work on the left page while the other person works on the right page. And then as you can see, if you just keep going, it's just a single page. And that eliminates the two different people working on the left right page because whoever saves
Mhm.
takes ownership of the page. So that solves your problem right
Right.
there.
So, or can we just have everybody just log in as one? Like I said, we're a small school, so it's not like we're fighting over pages here. So can
No,
everyone
because it will
just
still
share my
say
login?
one is taken over.
Oh, so I can't log in twice.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Where was that again? That little one page thing?
Yeah, under view and then single
Uh
page.
huh.
So as soon as
Okay.
you click on that, it turns them all into single pages.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you please show how to get the images again? Yeah, so if you want the images from last year, just click on log into last year. So just come back in. When you log in, instead of 2024, 2023, use your credentials from 2023 to log in. And then you can go to create image library. Oh, that's because, yeah, I know what I did. Then image library, and then click on whatever folder you want. And then here you will see a little arrow pointing to the right. It says 2024. Just click on that and it will send it to the following year. Well, to your current year. And then under my 2023, that's where it will show up. Like I said, mine is being troublesome because it knows I'm doing the webinars.
Thank you.
Yep. And like I said, it's highly recommended that any images you need from last year that you move them over and then you move those out of the My 2023 into a folder under activity or portrait. All right. Any other questions?
I have one more. I don't
Okay.
know if you're covering this in a different webinar, but like same with the image library when you just copied it. So what I did was copied the same layout as last year's book.
Yep. Yeah.
So
So with
when
that,
I
if you do like start with last year, um, and then hit continue, it first off offhand here, it will say that you can't undo it. It just means there's no an undo button like there was in the past. You could just continue, and in your layouts will show up just kind of like something like this.
right.
Um, so if there was happened to be an uh, clip art that is still here this year, it might pop over. But yeah, you'll see all these little blue boxes right here, and then you can go in. You can either use them as they are, or you could go in and start editing them in any way you want.
Right. So you still can edit them even though you copied it from last year.
Right? Yeah, yeah. You can still go in
Okay.
and say like, well, we're not doing that this year, so I can come in, delete that.
Right.
I'm not
Okay.
using that background, so we're going to remove and remove, but I'm keeping all this right here. The
Perfect.
only thing I'm not going to do is maybe I'm not going to use that anymore,
Okay.
but I can come over. So yeah, I mean, you could just, so yeah, I mean, you can sit there and start changing everything. So if anything, it just gives you a
Okay.
building block to build off of or something to, you can just
Right.
start from.
Good. Thanks.
Yep. All right. Any other questions? All right. Let me read this outro here real quick. I want to thank you all for joining us today, hopefully by showing some examples of the areas of the login screen, welcome page, page ladder, fonts, image share. Uh, Creating your yearbook will look less of a challenge, and you can avoid some of the pitfalls that accompany any computer software. Transferring materials from last year's site and sending us your portrait CDs will pay off in time saving down the road. Feel free to join us next time as we begin preparing portraits for flow function and then build some class pages. And so we will see, we'll do that next time, the portrait flows or working with portraits. And then the one after that, we will actually show like making some of these pages and adding, a little bit of pizzazz to some of them. So I want to thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next time.